All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you as we bring you the Postgame podcast on a lovely Wednesday. Al Dukes, what is up?
Oh, hi there, Jerry. I'm not big on watching stand-up comedy much anymore. I used to be.
Yep.
There's so many stand-up comedians now. They all have Netflix specials and YouTube specials and all that stuff. But yesterday on my YouTube recommendation page, Kevin Nealon. Remember Kevin Nealon?
Yeah, I do. Absolutely.
He had a new special that was up on YouTube. That's where he did it for YouTube. And I said, you know what? When I'm making dinner, exercising, cleaning up, I'm going to pop this on. I ended up watching the entire thing in between, all those things. And then at the end of the night, right before I went to bed, it was actually very funny.
How about that?
I think that's cool that somebody can.
Is he a clean comedian?
Yeah, mostly.
Because he would strike me as such.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there were any. I don't think there was a single curse. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
It wasn't sexual. It was just very funny.
How many views a guy like Kevin Nealon get on a stand-up special?
Question. I'm not sure.
Say? Okay.
No, I didn't note it.
Okay.
But I will look at some point because I'm curious as well. Because I know they're successful with that. Boy, and it looks so good, like on your TV screen. These things are just shot. Everyone's their own boss now.
If you can make money doing it, yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, I just thought it was really good. He kept he just kept in the middle of it go, and we'll be right back. Quick break. And then and we're back, everybody. Clap. We're back from the break.
And he wasn't going anywhere.
No, I think it was just part of his rhythm of what he was doing. So
I'll check that out.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Is that something? So I have to, right after here, I have a 4-hour drive. Is that something I can listen to, or
Yes.
is it visual?
No, you do not need the visual.
Maybe I'll listen to it on the way then.
It is funny.
That'd be good.
Yeah, made me laugh. And I like when guys have been around for a really long time and are still pumping out funny things.
Yeah.
But I think that's difficult.
Hasn't given up yet.
Yeah, no, it was very funny. He looks in great shape. He seemed like a happy guy. Like, it just seemed like, wow, this is great.
Yeah, well, if you don't have a boss and you can make it work and you can make your own money, a lot of people are happy doing that.
He also has a YouTube show where I think it's called Hiking with Kevin Nealon, where he goes hiking in LA with a different celebrity every week.
That's cool.
And just talks to them while he's
hiking. Conversation.
Yeah, a little conversation piece. Like
that's like Jerry Seinfeld with the comedians in cars.
Yeah, or you got who's the fellow from Barstool, Frank the Tank, who walks.
Yeah,
walk and talks. Speaking of which, not to do a free plug, Jerry, but a bookstore in Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey, Little Point Bookshop. So they reached out to me a couple weeks ago. They go, hey, would you ever come do something at the bookshop? I go, like what? They go, like a coffee talk where like you come and we invite people and then we talk to you on our little stage here. I said, sure. I like bookstores, independent bookstores.
And you like when people come see you?
I like, my favorite subject is me.
Right.
So we pick a date, March 7th, 10 a.m., blah, blah, blah. So I guess they do these bookstores do events most of the time with an author, and you pay to go see the author speak and you get a book.
Okay.
And it's like $30. So they put these tickets up a couple weeks ago, about $35. And I'm like, I know they do these events. It's a bookstore that wants to trying to make money. They're not a Barnes and Noble.
They get the money, not you.
So no, so they didn't say anything, and I was like, this feels weird. Then I thought, okay, well, what's the split here? And they go, 50-50. If that's cool by you. I go, yeah, because I was actually thinking of you, like when you say, like when you try to do a calendar, people like yell at you for trying to make money.
Yeah.
I was like, this feels really weird. Okay. I'm like, okay, I can donate mine to a charity. I got to think about what I'm gonna do. And I just thought, this feels so awkward. So I reached out to the bookstore. I said, I know you do these events. I go, I feel really weird charging people. I go, the events you said you do, the people get a book. I go, I don't have a book. They go, we don't have to charge. She goes, I thought you would want something for coming. I go, I just feel really weird about that. I said, I'll just come. Don't charge people.
And hopefully they buy books.
And we'll have, right. I said, you'll see your bookstore, whatever, and we'll have a good time. It'll be great. They go, okay, great. So that's it. So
there you go.
So now I'm going there.
So it's free.
March 7th, 10 a.m.
Very good.
I'm going to have a coffee, Jerry. And they also go, tell us some of your favorite books. We'll discuss.
Hold on. Let me read some first.
Let's see. There's Howard Stern's Private Parts, 1997, or
There's
somewhere
Bruce
in there.
Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen book. I read a book about David Letterman.
And other than that, I got nothing.
Yeah. So I did pick out some books.
Okay.
They're all biographies, of course.
Wuthering Heights.
No, that would be a great one.
That would be a good one.
That's what I should do. Let's discuss Wuthering Heights, people.
And then when they get there, all right, tell me about the book.
Yeah. So what is this now? Refresh my memory. How does this work?
That's funny. Well, good for
Yeah.
you. That sounds fun.
Oh, yeah. I had a guy reach out named Alex,
Okay.
and he said, I heard Jerry mention he got a new car. Can Jerry take us through what criteria he used to choose a type of car to purchase?
Yeah, very simple. I had the Volkswagen GTI 5-speed, which is what I wanted.
Oh,
I wanted
nice.
another 5-speed, as you know.
And you were able to do that?
No. The finding a 5-speed. So the first thing is I wanted under 30,000 miles. That was number one. Because I plan to keep this car for up to 250 if I can get it there. So I don't do as much mileage as you because you're another 20 miles south of me, but I still am doing 30,000 miles a year. So I figured I wanted something with 30,000 miles or less. I wanted a 5-speed. The choices were very slim. I could have gotten the same car I had, but I feel like when I get a new car, I want something different. So the only options for the 5-speed that I liked were my car or a Volkswagen Jetta, which is my car essentially. And it just didn't appeal to me to do the same thing. So then I went to, I can't do the pickup truck like I want to because of parking out here. I need a small car. So I'm like, all right, what have I had in the past that I like years ago? And that was the Toyota Prius. That is one of the best cars I've ever had. So that's what I did. I put into the search a Prius, 30,000 miles or less. And I wound up getting a 2025 Prius that had, I think, 11,800 miles, something like that. Essentially brand new. And having had the car before, now it's a different style than the last one I had.
Yeah. How different is it than
This
your
looks a lot more
previous
sporty
model?
than the other one.
Yeah.
For sure. I was actually surprised when I was looking at it that it was a Prius.
I did see your car outside, and I knew you had a Prius.
Yeah.
And then when you were walking out they were walking out together, and you were walking towards a car, I was like, that's not Jerry's car. He has a Prius.
Yeah.
It is a nice looking car.
Yeah, I liked it. I was very surprised by the new look of it. And so I wound up going with that. The other ones I was thinking of the Ford Mustang, which I could have done, and I could have had the 5-speed.
Really?
I just, after asking a few people, I felt too old for it. And I know I see a lot of older people drive it, but it feels like a younger person's car to me. It's what I've always wanted. And my wife did say, if you don't do it now, you're never going to do it.
That's true.
Which I agreed with her. I just couldn't get myself to be the old guy in a Ford Mustang. I love the car, but I just feel like it's for younger people. So that I had an inner battle with that, and I had a couple of one was a convertible that I probably couldn't afford, but I wanted it.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I like the Ford Maverick pickup truck.
Oh yeah, I like those.
It's a smaller truck. Ultimately, it came down to price, and also the Prius I'm literally getting 58 miles per gallon. I couldn't pass it up. So that's pretty much the process. I don't think too long and hard about these things.
So you wanted a commuter car that you could park in New York City that had under 30,000 miles.
Yeah. I was hoping for something 2023 or newer. I ended up with a 2025. I thought the mileage would be more in the 20s. I was surprised I got something that had around 12,000 miles. So I was very happy with that. I wanted to make sure it had the Android Auto feature, which it has. It's a couple of things it doesn't have I would have liked. But other than that, it is a great car. So that's the process.
How many miles is too many miles to purchase a used car?
For what? Give me.
So like for your situation, you're going to use it as your commuter car.
So for me,
yeah,
I would think 50,000 I'm capping it at.
Yeah.
Only because if I want to take it, I don't know. I feel like when you start getting into the 60s and 70,000 mile range, you don't know what's been done, how it's been taken care of. I feel like a car that's got 50,000 miles or less is still new enough to where it can, but you're towing the line at that point.
Yeah.
I say for what? Because if it's for my son who's going to do town driving, 100,000 miles. I'm that.
But he's
that
not
would-
going to be stranded
No.
on his way to Penn State.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was the other part of it was if I was going to, so I was deciding between, again, spending more money to fix my car or get the new car. And ultimately, I knew I had the trip to Washington with the Cowboys on Christmas Day, which is when this whole thing started, that I actually bought the car. I had that ride. I'm like, you can't pull off on the side of the road with the car stalled out and then need AAA to come get you when they're paying you a lot of money to do a game. I'm like, I knew I had the Penn State game today. I've got a Maryland trip coming up that I'll drive to. I'm like, I need a car. And I can't always take my wife's car because she's got a 20, the hell does she have? She's got a 2025 Equinox that we just got. The Ford Expedition, which was amazing. She had that for 6 years. Again, stuff started happening to her. I'm like, am I really going to fix this? Got 140 or 150,000 miles on it. So we wound up switching cars. But yeah, it was time. So, and I think this car I could have for a while.
Yeah. It is funny, like getting the same car, but a newer version or changing it up, because like you do know the car if you get the same model.
There was something very intriguing about buying another GTI.
Yeah.
There was. But I was always like, I just had it for 6 years.
Right. You do want to change it.
Let's do something different.
Yeah. Especially like a lot of times they don't change the car model. They do it like every few years.
Exactly the same.
Yeah. Oh, it's
when
the
I
same.
tell you it would have been like bringing the car into the shop and getting it back fixed, that's all it would have felt like. Because my car had everything. Like, I don't know. There would have been no upgrades.
Yeah.
Other than it would have been newer. I want something.
Yeah. Something different.
Something different.
Yeah, change it up.
Speaking of cars, we did have my parents came over because it's my wife's birthday next week. My parents came over last night, and I did have the conversation with them. I asked my father about his thoughts on cost of living compared to salaries, 86 to now. And we did a little bit of research. I'll just give you one example. So in 1986, the average salary of an American, and that's obviously a wide range, but the average salary of an American was $21,000. That's what we got.
In 86?
In 86. And the average new car price was $9,000.
Wow.
So you were making 2 times what the car cost.
Okay.
Essentially. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes. You're making 2 times what the car cost. This blew me away. The average salary in 2026 of an American is $80,000. The average new car price is $40,000.
So same thing.
Yeah, but here's the difference, and this is what we were talking about. 40,000 seems like a much bigger gap than 11,000, but it's still 2 times. Interesting, right?
Yeah, it is interesting.
So again, I don't know where I asked Alexa for the answers, like, because I wasn't going to pull up my computer and spit out those average, incomes and car prices immediately.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's got to be close. If it's not completely accurate, it's got to be in the neighborhood. So I thought that was really telling.
Yeah, I wonder what like home prices.
Yeah, that I
right?
should have asked. We didn't, but I will tell you, he told me in 1982 they bought. So this would have been a few years earlier. So maybe the average salary was 17 or 18,000, not 20,000. He said they bought a 3-bedroom home, which we were in for 5 or 6 years. What did he say? $118,000.
And what year do you think that was?
1982. He told me they bought the house. Or was it 83? Whatever. Either way, I think he said it was $108,000 for a 3-bedroom house. Nothing crazy. Nice house though. It was a good house, and the salary would have been less than 20. So that would have been 5.5 times your salary. If now it's 80,000 is the average salary, 5.5 times that would be about 450,000. And now it seems like you can get a house for less than like 800,000.
Yeah.
So in that regard, it feels like the housing market has completely expanded away, but not the car market.
I was watching some woman on YouTube. She purchases multifamily homes in upstate New York.
Okay. To rent them out?
Yeah, to rent them out. And she was getting like these 2 and 3 family homes for like $380,000. I mean, they needed a lot of work.
Well,
like then you work.
How do you make money up there?
What do you mean?
It's going to be cheap.
Oh, because the jobs. What are
Where
the
do you
jobs
work?
paying up there? Yeah, that I don't know.
That's part of real estate in a non-city type of area. It's got to be cheaper because how can anybody afford it?
Yeah, but it looked like there was a downtown, and it looked like there was places with office buildings.
Sure, but can you go work at yeah, I don't
Yeah, I
know.
don't know.
To me, I guess every city has commerce clearly, but where is it capped at? Like, where is the end? In New York City, clearly you can make billions of dollars. I don't know.
That must be great, though, right? If you make your living around where we are, like around New York City and things, and you have a home, and then you retire and you sell that home, and then go move to upstate New York.
Absolutely,
You're pocketing a lot of cash,
for sure.
but then you're in upstate New York.
Well, you got to like it there. And a lot of people do like upstate New York and for the summers and then for the winters for the skiing. It's got to be what you like to do.
Yeah.
To me, I would like to go somewhere warm. I have no interest in living in upstate New York. Although my wife's nephew lives in upstate New York, and he's one of these hiking, skiing types like Eddie. And he's working at a restaurant and a ski shop right now. And he sold boots to Matt Martin the other day.
Ski boots?
Mm-hmm. Sent me a text.
That's funny.
Yeah, isn't that funny? That's
Yeah.
something?
Did he tell him he knew you?
He did. I'm like, yeah, I've only met Matt like 3 or 4 times. He goes, oh, no, he knew.
No,
I'm
he
like,
knows.
okay.
So I remember when I reintroduced myself to Matt Martin at a Boomer event after having met him once, he acted like I was being foolish to think.
To introduce yourself to him?
Yeah, to think that he didn't remember.
Well, you're the pro hockey player.
Right, it was very nice.
We're not. Yes. Yeah. Very cool.
There's a lot of talk on all these things that I watch and listen to about AI, Jerry. You know, it's like the big thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's I've been hearing only 2 scenarios. The doomsday scenario
they're
where
going to take
AI,
every job and no one's going to be working, right?
correct. And then they're going to take over the world and we're not going to be able to control them.
Mm-hmm.
Or AI is stupid. None of this is going to pan out like everybody thinks.
And the stock market's going to crash because of it, because so much money is tied into the AI software.
Yeah, it seems like neither is a great, or the third scenario, somewhere in the middle. Like AI takes some jobs, not a lot of jobs. Maybe it creates other jobs.
I like where we're at right now with
in this area.
Yeah, I think like the chats and the groks and where you can get the information. I mean, they're just faster search engines and a little bit smarter for sure in terms of what they can spit out. That's fine. I don't need a robot cleaning my house. You know, even taking that driverless car, and that's not AI, and I get it, but like even that to me is too much. Like where we're at, we're good.
So you like right now where we're at with technology?
I think where we're at right now is really good, but it's not where we're going to end up. That's the problem.
Yeah, I know it's weird because like I listen to a lot of podcasts about this topic, and they always have an expert on.
Yeah,
and most of the time the expert is the doomsday scenario.
Mm-hmm.
But is that also how he becomes an expert and gets on shows? You know, to being
guy
the
who
doomsday
screams
guy.
the loudest.
Yeah, where every once in a while someone will be on and be like, I don't think it's going to be this huge thing that people think about. You know?
I've seen a lot of people say that.
Yeah,
that it's not going to be nearly as terrifying or grim as others. But then you do hear some people that say by 2029 that we will reach the point where most jobs are obsolete. I mean, I've heard people, I'm sure you've heard this too, from some of the quote unquote experts, that we're going to have this, everyone's going to get paid just so they have money to do things, but not have to work.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that seems.
What do you like? What's the point of like your existence then?
Yeah, that doesn't seem likely. Plus, what would be the incentive? The AI is not going to do everything. It can't.
I don't know. I don't know.
Also, I also don't think it's going to be like, by the way, tomorrow at 11, AI takes over. Like, it will be a gradual thing. Maybe a certain type of job starts seeing AI do more of the work.
We're seeing that already with companies like that are advertising on our station for the assistant when you call a service.
Oh, yeah.
And there's an
I've
AI
gotten
that talks to you.
Yeah, I've gotten that.
So, like, that's one right off the bat that has already begun. I hear what you're saying, but I think even in that gradual scenario, it's a little more rapid than you think.
Yeah.
Like, you're right. It's not going to all happen on October 10th, 2026. But
Mark
by
that
October
date down.
10th, 2026, a lot might be little by little. And then you look at where it adds up to, like, holy crap, all that has happened already? Yes, it has. Because it happened piece by piece.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, like little by little. But I know in a lot of scenarios too, just from people going back to interviews from a couple years ago, they had assumed that by this month of 2026, a certain number of things would have happened that haven't happened.
Right. Yeah, well, I mean, you go back to you remember as a kid, and I'm sure the legend is still out there. I'm sure nothing's changed, but I mean, they used to frighten the crap out of us with the whole Notre Dame stuff.
Yes.
That he predicted this in the past and that and this, and he predicts we're all going to be dead by 2012. And like, oh my God, okay. Like, wow. It's terrifying.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. I would like to go back. There was one Nostradamus in particular when we were in grade school. Maybe I was in junior high, maybe you were in grade school, where it was on like HBO or something. And the next day at school, everyone was like, holy crap. It was famine, it was floods, it was like I want to go back to see that exact film.
And now think about the things we've lived through that I'm sure will fit that narrative going back even however many years, whether they are wildfires eating up how much of Los Angeles last year, the New Orleans flood that we've talked about, when the levees broke. Like, think about all these natural disasters that have happened that now you can look back and probably, if you want, you can direct it towards what he said might happen or whatever the hell Nostradamus is. I don't know. These are all things that are going to happen. There are going to be blizzards. There are going to be natural disasters. There are going to be earthquakes. But you can definitely make it fit that narrative if you want to freak people out.
Yeah, then there were like all these claims from Nostradamus that I don't remember being in the film that people would be like, remember Nostradamus? Like after 9/11, they'd be like, Nostradamus said metallic birds will come crashing down. I was like, no, I don't remember Nostradamus saying that.
Right.
I think I would have remembered that. Maybe.
Exactly. Right. It's freaky. It's freaky stuff for sure.
Yeah. I'm trying not to be like freaked out about it.
Well,
I want it to be fun. I want it to be like, I want to be excited for AI, not doomsday scenario.
Unfortunately, a lot of things are doomsday scenarios. That's why whether it is aliens, whether it is AI, whether it is, I think about what else could be a doomsday type scenario. World War III, you can paralyze yourself if you just consume yourself with it. And I refuse to do it. Doesn't mean I'm not paying attention. Doesn't mean I don't have an idea about it. But I am not going to sit there and freak myself out over what may never happen. That's why I said the other day on the show, like, are we just supposed to go build a backyard bunker and wait for it? Because if in fact they're coming,
the aliens,
I'm sorry, there's no scenario I believe it's going to be friendly.
Right.
So then what do you want me to do? Just sit and quiver every day?
There's Jerry waiting for the aliens.
Well, I have to move. I got to come to work.
You do, yeah.
I got to take the kids to school, pick them up, bring them to, or should I just collect them, put them in a station wagon and go, drive off into the Grand Canyon and kill ourselves?
Don't do that.
Because the aliens are coming.
Yeah, the aliens would not want that.
That was my point about that the other day. I don't know how we're supposed to react given the fact that the alternatives are not great.
Was there a doomsday scenario when we were first getting the internet? I don't remember that.
The Y2K.
The Y2K for sure.
Yeah.
But like when we first got internet, which was probably
91-ish with the Earthlinks and the
dial-up. I actually feel it was later for like that. Like I know I didn't get it in my home until 97.
No, you could be right about that. I thought I was a senior in high school when
maybe you had like a computer lab.
No, when my parents got the first computer, we had that dial-up crap.
Yeah, dial-up.
I thought, you know what, you might be right. Maybe it was mid-90s.
But like we were probably excited about that. We probably didn't doomsday getting the internet. We were probably like, this is going to be great. We can do all these. But were people worried that the internet?
You're right. Earthlink was founded in March of 94. So I was in college. I might have been a senior in college, not high school. So yeah, mid to later 90s.
Yeah. Like, were we doomsdaying that? Like, the internet's going to come for your job.
I don't think we understood what it was. I remember saying the information superhighway. Yes. I remember my dad being like, the hell does that mean? I don't know, but it sounds cool.
Everything in these encyclopedias I can now find on the internet.
It was hard to explain.
Yeah.
Even now it's hard to explain. Like, I don't understand Wi-Fi.
Yeah, me neither.
And how does Wi-Fi work on a plane
now?
I
don't understand.
Like, what the hell?
Don't get that one.
It's bizarre.
Yeah. Very
I
strange.
just learned that we have on our charters. I just learned that we have Wi-Fi. That's how I was able to listen to you and CeeLo on the warm-up show coming back from California. I'm like, I saw someone was on Twitter. I'm like, how are you doing that? And he's like, the plane Wi-Fi. I'm like, what? So I did it. I had the app and I logged in and it worked beautifully.
Yeah.
And I was able to listen live for that. I heard almost all of the warm-up show. It was
How about
wild.
that? How about that?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, Jerry, let's do the warm-up program that you just mentioned. Now, you will be at Penn State tonight and tomorrow.
Leaving now.
So I will have CeeLo with me tomorrow morning, and then you'll be back on Friday.
I will be.
And until then, see you